gents, Earthlings Showcase presents another Purple Revolution. Something odd's going on with the color purple. I'll get into it a little more here, but it's stuff like this, you know. It's about revolution. But I don't know exactly why or what, but there is something odd about today's events. Or actually, it was yesterday's events, because today is the 8th, so it was December 7th. And you heard some people, Pearl Harbor. Yeah, well, let me show you why it has nothing to do with Pearl Harbor. First, let me show you what I'm talking about here. All right, Mr. George Soros, who you've probably heard of, the man who broke the Bank of England, right? Or that's his nickname anyway. He's big on these revolutions. And we're talking about a guy, Soros, who you think should be, you know, maybe somewhere in the Mediterranean on a big, fabulous yacht, sipping Mai Tais, surrounded by 25-year-old, $5,000 a night hookers, you know, wearing linen. But this is what this guy does. So there's some precedent to this. A list of color revolutions. Okay? And as you can see here, the one that had to do with America, George Bush, 2005, the instituted democracy within Iraqi's legislation. And you see the color here, purple. Okay, keep that in mind. Purple, I believe as it was once called. But they try to, here, take a look at what Hillary Clinton wore during her concession speech. Yeah, that's right, she wore purple. Bill wore purple. And the guy on the right doesn't even want to clap. He just wants to get home and watch the game. You can almost tell by Bill's eyes over here. Side note, he's had a couple Tom Collins and maybe one too many Vicodin to start the day. Either that or he's under the MK Ultra that the witch has been instituting left and right. But anyways, purple. Yeah, big deal, right? This happened a long time ago. It's just a coincidence. Well, it's not a coincidence, because look what happened today. Spotlight news, like to call it. You got 4 guys, 1 girl, 5 corrupt, whatever you want to call them, and 3 pedophiles. Actually, I don't know if there's 3 pedophiles in this picture, but I bet you there's maybe 1 or 2. But as you can see, Pelosi here, purple, or plum. Look at her. She looks like she's had a few too. I mean, what is up with these people we got running the country? I mean, look at their faces. Look at this guy in the middle here. Speaker of the House, Ryan. He took over for, I believe, another really noteworthy speaker, Denny Haster, friend of the Podestas and convicted pedophile. Don't believe me? You want to check that out? We can. I don't know if we're going to get around to it, but these people get put into position because they're brown-stoned into doing so. That way they can be controlled. But I think Schumer's too smart for that for some reason. If I had to pick out a pedo on this mug shot, what do they call them? You know, where they all stand up in line at the police station. That's kind of what this looks like. But anyways, I think Schumer's too smart. I really do. If you look into him and his past, you know, he's like Meyer Lansky. And he's a Jew too, so he's pushed forward and put on a pedestal by the Zionists. Carries out their ploy. But like I said, this all happened December 7th, which was yesterday. Pelosi in purple, Schumer in purple. Now check this out. This is what brought it to my mind here. Or should say woke me up to it, actually, was this Chris Simpson video here. And he talks about, he does usually a pretty good job. I think he could do better research because, I mean, I already found stuff that should have been in his video. That's why I made the video. But here, listen to what Chris has to say here. We'll let him roll with it a minute.
Something of a strange coincidence in a couple of the major news stories from today. I'm sure everyone has heard that Senator Al Franken stepped down today, or he announced officially that he was stepping down. Looking at each, as well as a few other things that happened today, including the questioning of FBI Director Wray, where he was defending the FBI, people pointed out that one of the things in common between these was that Al Franken is wearing this purple tie.
Yeah, purple tie. Purple tie remind you anyone? Her in purple too. And look what we got here, some more purple ties. FBI director defending the whole Robert Strzok thing, and I believe it is Strzok. Or Stork. It's like a Russian Klingon pronunciation. But look at here, we got a purple tie in the background, another purple tie, and all these people knew they were going to be spotlighted news today, which is it really is an odd thing. So he was on top of something. He missed the, Schumer and the police lineup crew of corruption that should happen any day now, and all that purple. But here, I'll let Chris take it a minute.
You had FBI Director Wray defending the FBI in this questioning period today, also wearing a purple tie. Normally, if it was just these two individuals, you could take it as coincidence, I'm sure. Queen Elizabeth also had a public appearance today. What was she wearing? A full purple outfit again.
And what do you know? Another purple outfit. I mean, are you kidding me? And this all goes back to, and this is a quick note I want to add, how people were saying it had something to do with yesterday being the Pearl Harbor anniversary. Well, Queen Elizabeth ain't got nothing to do with that. And she just happens to have purple on too. Because, all of them work together. Goes all the way back to the Hellfire Club. All this shit started in England. People go back to the Illuminati too, but we even had some Goomba over here comment, and he thinks he's on to something, Like, yeah, I figured it out. Let's see here. Just give him a little shout out if I can find him. Right here, Deverlay. Okay, Purple Harbor was another large human sacrifice day. The pagans or demons, not only, well, either way, he's thinking he's on to something with the Pearl Harbor bit of it, and a lot of these other people commented on it too. But all of this, like I was saying before, can easily go back to the day Hillary conceded. Again, in the purple, they're sending a message. They're letting people know, hey, this is what we need time for. And it's not, I don't know if it's necessarily Antifa, but it's, the people who make the moves, something to do with the frickin' purple. There's obviously, it's all connected. And if you look at her finances, or a big part of the Clinton Foundation finances come from George Soros. And there's Bill again after too many Vicodins and a couple Tom Collinses. Why don't we go check out maybe the history of purple itself? But before we do that, let's make a stop here. Look at these faces. And this is like blood bag Soros. There he is, the guy I was talking about earlier on the left. And there is the witch. Look at that face. She's done some dark shit. I mean, these people likely sacrifice children. And that's not a joke if you ever look into that stuff. Pizzagate, Pedogate, there's plenty of truths there. But like it says here, the Clintons received millions of dollars in campaign contributions, Clinton Foundation, from Soros. And that's Mr. Color Revolution himself. The Purple Revolution will also seek to make Trump administration a short one through Soros-style protests and political disruptions. The process of making the dye was long, soft, difficult, and expensive. Thousands of tiny snails had to be found, their shells cracked and their snails removed. Mountains of empty shells have been found on the ancient sites of Sidon and Tyre. And that goes directly with the Phoenicians, Mediterranean, the seashore cities and stuff. And Tyre refers to the Carthaginians, who were basically the Phoenicians jumped up on steroids. So they seen these guys wearing it. Everybody else wants it, and it becomes associated with kingship and definitely divination to a degree. Purple is a liturgical color, representing piety according to the church. But, you know, like we say, it goes all the way back to England and the Brotherhood of Blood, a.k.a. the Hellfire Club, exclusive clubs of high society. And I have no proof of that, but these are the people that started the dark. You know, they picked up the Illuminati trends and basically framed them around the aristocracy, and they still control England to this day with the House of Lords. I mean, the House of Commons is essentially a joke. They still control that too. But that's just a side note, because one of these days I'm going to do a video on the Hellfire Club. This is the group nobody's talking about, and this is the historic origins. A lot of this stuff you hear about today and have questions, you know, hanging over your head about. Also, the Bible's got a couple verses. Maybe we can click that. Let me check that real quick. Here we go. Mark, and they clothed him with purple and platted a crown of thorns and put it about his head, just like the Masons in the 33. You know, they're smiting Jesus. That's why they put a, you know, it's about the stations of the cross, what they made Jesus go through before they crucified him. And they clothed him with purple and platted a crown of thorns upon his head. And even right here, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every to this day. So purple definitely has some sort of origin with the hierarchy, with the royals and whatnot. So keep that in mind, because obviously something's going on. Are they trying to send a message to somebody? Who knows? But it's December 7th, 2017, you know, has nothing to do with Pearl Harbor. And I won't be surprised if some sort of false flag or whatnot operation does happen anytime soon. It's even referenced here in Revelations. I'm about to run out of time here, but Revelations at the bottom, or no, right here, 17:4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color. Who was arrayed in purple, scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. Should I go back and show you the Pelosi bit? Okay, purple, scarlet, plum, stones and pearls. Okay, even though I don't give any of anything to Revelations. It was written by a zealot, actually, in the 1st century, and it was the last book instituted into the Bible. He was thrown into a Roman penal colony in the island of Paphos. I don't think that has anything to do with purple, but the Bible sure addresses it quite a lot. And that's pretty much it, folks. That's what we got. Purple, purple, purple. And you know Antifa loves this shit, because I think, don't some of their t-shirts come in purple? Yeah, right here is one, actually. Antifa men's shirt, purple. And you know, there's a couple other good videos about it too I could show you real quick before I get out of here. I'm tired as shit though. Yeah, there's a couple right here. I'm about to get out of here, but maybe check out Chris Simpson's video, his channel, subscribe to him. He could do more research instead of just reading it off Reddit, but he does hit the nail on the head. And there's another one here from The Awakening, the Purple Revolution, the meaning and origin of the term. This video's all right. It ain't as good as this one. But that's that, folks. Check them out. Their descriptions will be in the link. And I'll see y'all on the flip side.